Lucy and her family found themselves thrust into a perilous chase. Ruthless enemy soldiers pursued them with a burning determination. The country was at war, and everyone was looking for refuge and safety. Lucy spotted an abandoned warehouse, its weathered doors beckoning like a fleeting sanctuary. Without hesitation, she motioned for her family and others who were with them to follow. They didn't know that some soldiers were already inside. As they entered, the soldiers saw them and attacked, killing one of the persons with them. Lucy was filled with rage. She armed herself with a rusty pipe and sheer determination and charged towards the soldiers. Alex quickly closed the book. He couldn't bear the thought of Lucy dying. You see, the book was a magical book with blank pages, and he was warned not to open it. Each page gets filled with what the reader is thinking, and he was already thinking she would die. Lucy fought valiantly against the enemy soldiers, but she was overwhelmed and captured, her hands bound tightly while her family managed to escape during the commotion. Transported to the enemy camp, Lucy found herself locked in a dimly lit cell for days with fellow prisoners who shared her longing for freedom. Soldiers came to take one person from the cell, and after a few minutes they heard the person screaming their lungs out, begging for help. Lucy and other prisoners armed themselves with nails and rusty metals, which they found in the cell. They would rather die than get taken. Paul, who was also a prisoner, helped sharpen the metals and dress Lucy's wounds. He was kind to her, helping her as much as he could. Then they heard footsteps. The soldiers were coming again. Alex closed the book. His heart could no longer take it. He wanted to stop reading the mystery book, but he was warned that if he starts reading it, he must finish it in 1 week. Otherwise, he will go blind. The soldiers barged into the prison and grabbed Lucy, but the prisoners revolted. Fists swung and bodies clashed as the prisoners fought back with unyielding resolve. In the midst of the chaos, Lucy and Paul and some other prisoners escaped from the cell. Lucy went on to ignite small fires around the camp using makeshift tinders, while Paul was busy freeing other prisoners, then later stole a military vehicle to aid his escape. But he couldn't leave without Lucy, and finding her amidst the chaos was not going to be easy. However, fate was on his side because as he drove by, he spotted her leading a group of prisoners to safety. Once the prisoners were clear, he beckoned on her to join him. Thankfully, she agreed. And so they fled together, driving off into the sunset, then ditching the military truck for a regular one. Some organizations were airlifting people out of the country at designated locations, so they headed to the nearest one. As explosions echoed in the distance, Lucy and Alex gripped each other's hands. In the confined space of the vehicle, their hearts found solace, and their bond grew stronger with each passing mile. Alex closed the book. He was filled with jealousy. How could Paul be falling in love with the lady he was in love with? All he wanted now was for Paul to die.